Hello guys, it's Mark from the Wayback Meditation, and in this video I'm not actually going to be talking about meditation. I want to share with you some really useful tricks that I use when I'm browsing websites so that I can save time and so that I can have the best experience. For example, if I'm reading an article, how I can really focus in and get all the information in a really useful way. So straight away what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to our blog just to demonstrate. And we've got, as you can see, lots of different articles, but let's just dive into, for example, this one, the most recent. So, hidden knowledge, is it needed on a spiritual journey? Now, you can use this on any website. The key thing here is I'm in the Firefox browser, and you'll notice that because we've come to a blog article, and so you can see there's lots of text and information, which is really, really helpful. It's produced this button up here, and this button will take us to the reader view. So let's click on this, and you can see that it's simplified the page. It's made it much more like a page in a book. Now this makes it much easier to read, but there's some cool things we can do here. So if we click on the little symbol type controls, we can change the text. We can, for example, make the text bigger. We can change the width of the page, so we can make the lines more space between them, and we can even change the background colouring. So if it's easier on the eyes at night time or in the evenings, for example. Okay, but sometimes you don't want to read. Sometimes it's nice to give your eyes a break. So there's this really cool feature here which allows us to listen. So if I click play.
Meditation Lord. Hidden knowledge, is it needed on a spiritual journey? A few days ago I published the book The Way Back, an anthology of spiritual guidance. This third book is a compilation of...
Okay, so you get the idea. What she's doing is this is actually reading out the article. So I could put the laptop to one side and listen to this, even have my eyes closed. And actually that's a really nice way of getting information, but I'm going to show you some really cool things about this. You can change the speed that they talk at.
A few days ago I published the book The Way Back. A few days ago I published the book The Way Back, an anthology of spirit...
And if you don't like that particular voice, then there's a whole load of different choices. So let's go, for example, for this voice.
A few days ago I published the book The Way Back, an anthology of spiritual guidance.
Not to my taste, but you get the idea. You can change the voice, you can change the tempo of the voice. And for you, it means that you can actually, you don't have to read if sometimes you may be doing other things and you just want to have this on in the background so you can listen to it, go over an article maybe you've read before, but hear it again. So this is a really, really, really useful feature. And if we click this little close button here, we go back to the normal article. The next thing I want to share with you is if we go over here, for example, to this page, because I know that there's a video on this page, and here's the video. If we click play here, so I'm just going to pause. So you're going to see, you know, whichever video it is, it doesn't have to be one of ours, but this is a good example. If you click on the settings cog, you can go to playback speed and you can change it.
Hi, I'm Mark from Pure Energy Meditation, and this is one of my question and answer video blogs. People send me questions, sometimes email, on the phone, on Skype, and also people that I meet. And what I like to do is answer those questions and do it in a way that I can share with other people, hence doing it as a video. Now, no one has all the answers, and I'll put my hands up straight away and say I'm still learning with this.
Now this is really useful. Again, some of our videos are a bit longer, and that's because we're sharing very specific information that's of great benefit to people who are interested in meditation. What it's done is it's sped up the voice, but it hasn't raised the pitch. So instead of it, as it goes faster, becoming higher pitch, it keeps the pitch down, and that's a really, really cool thing that YouTube have done. So that's a really good way of saving time. And just as it happens, we've got a podcast below, and we've got the same options here. We can actually click on these buttons and ramp up the speed to up to 2 times at 0.2 increments. So again, there's all these little tools that allow us to get the information that we want, but in a way that is maybe a bit quicker. What I would say though is, certainly from the point of view of the meditation side of things, a lot of the videos we have done are tutorials with guided meditations, and I would certainly say play the guided meditations at normal speed. They're deliberately paced a certain way, and if you haven't already looked at the guided meditates, then I'll give you a quick hint. So if you go under the light and come down here, you've got guided meditation, and if you come over here you can actually download them as MP3s or listen to them as podcasts. One of the last tricks I want to show you, and again it depends, I'm on a Mac here, so I'm going to press the command button, but if I hit command and do minus, it makes all the text smaller, and if I hold down command and do plus, it makes the text much bigger. And that's quite helpful if you're on a website where you maybe, let's just go to a different page here, where you want to read text. And so here's a good example. So basically here, if we go minus, it makes the text smaller, and if we go plus, it makes the text bigger, making it easier to read. And if we do command 0, it puts it back to the normal size. Now what you notice is if I zoom in again, doing the plus, it's put up here that we're now zoomed into 133%, and if I click that button, it's the same as doing command 0. Now on a Windows machine, it's probably going to be control plus or control minus, but you get the idea. So there's all these little built-in tricks that we can do to really help us with our browsing experience. So I just want to share them with you. Hopefully you find some of them useful. It doesn't just apply to our website, it applies to any website. So there we go. That's my tips for the day. Take care.